Alright, guys. So today we're versing the Chicago Bulls. And yeah, here we go. 6 p.m. to 12 a.m. It's been a while since we faced them. I don't know if we're gonna win. I don't remember how good we did against them. Let's do home 2. Let's do that one. I don't know if we're home or not. I'm not paying attention.
The 2K Sports pregame show, sponsored by Kia.
Welcome, everybody. This is 2K Sports with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. Tonight, it'll be the Detroit Pistons going up against the Bulls out in Chicago. For Chicago, 6 wins in their last 10 games. They'd like to play even better. Tonight, a chance to add to their win total. We're going to be checking out Jimmy Butler in this one, a player who has really made the most out of his talent the last few years. How much have we seen, though? How good can this guy be?
Let me tell you something. This guy has a big frame as any other two-guard in the league. He's taken big leaps in improvement every year in the league, and that's why it's his team now.
You know, I like him for a lot of reasons. I like his pace. I like his demeanor. And he could drop 40 on you.
In a half,
like
he did last year.
No question.
He dropped 40 and a half.
And a half. I mean, last year.
Yeah.
Wow. Unbelievable.
That's JL in right there.
What's JL in?
Jordan-like numbers.
Oh, not. Ooh.
I never did 40 and a half. I did 38.
I think it was more like
Oops, sorry about that. Let's do this.
It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Glad you're here with us tonight for this Monday night presentation.
A little bit better than this. All right, let's do this.
And both these teams like to get out and run the floor. Smitty, we should be in for a real treat here.
Yeah, you love it watching these two fast break teams, Kevin. Both teams getting out and going running. That's what I want to see.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Cannon dishes to Butler. His 3-pointers off the mark. Pistons trailed by 4.
Oh, it's the best successful box out. Sweet.
Jackson kicks to Prez. And there's the foul. It's on Bobby Portis.
Oh, we got a blocking foul.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Valentine's checked in for Dwayne Wade. And a switcher also for Detroit. Morris is checked in. Here's Morris. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Out to the right wing. 5 on the clock. Prez passes to Caldwell Pope. And there's Jackson on the assist by Caldwell Pope. Jackson's got 5. Chicago's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Cannon kicks to Portis. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. And lots of contact there.
Shooting foul.
Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Was that me
Bobby
or
Portis, the
probably,
Arkansas product. I just love his game. What he does best, he's very physical, but he has the ability to step out with a finesse game to knock down some jump shots.
Tony Snell's checked in for Chicago.
Look at rebound speed.
And then for Detroit, Marjanovic checked in for Drummond. Stanley Johnson comes in for Caldwell Pope. And it's McCallum in for Jackson. The Pistons working the ball around now. Prez dishes to Johnson. Morris passes to Prez. And it's all evened up.
Yeah,
Prez has got his first 2 points of the night. And Portis has shown flashes of just how good he can be in a short time in the NBA, has the potential to be a like a do-it-all power forward, and how he can shoot, move, and he creates for others.
When you watch him, his body size, you say power forward. He'll be down in the paint. He loves to do that. But he has the ability, like you say, off the dribble and to create for himself, and he can knock down the jump shot.
The Pistons shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
And collectively, they're only about 73% as a unit right now.
And how can you not love
Prez? We got at least one.
A simply wonderful player.
He doesn't get the second one.
Dang it.
And with the Bulls, there are so many great
Yeah,
moments
really,
to
you get
choose
that bad
from.
for
But in your
this
view, Steve, what do you think is the defining moment for this Bulls franchise?
You got to rebound.
From a playing standpoint, you
helped me a
can't
little.
help but think of when Michael Jordan hit the game-winning shot to win the finals over Byron Russell. First title over the Lakers was right up there, too. But that was the biggest one for me.
And it's going to be a 3-second
Oh,
call.
we got turnover. I hit the ball too.
Chicago leading. Down low, Butler. It's in. That's his third field goal of the game. He's 3 for 5.
He's been very decisive, very accurate shooting the basketball. Extremely productive quarter so far.
Johnson outside. Over to the wing. Out to the wing. 6 to shoot. There's the triple. And it's Chicago with the
Oh, I
rebound.
tried.
They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
They just weren't challenged. I mean, nearly as much as they should have been in that game, at least when they had
The
the ball.
dunks.
Their offense came fairly easy to them
Oh,
out there. The
you do
D
it?
wasn't rushing
Oh,
them to do
suppose.
anything.
And a guy who seems to improve.
It's crazy because I never thought that.
And hard to doubt the dedication of Jimmy Butler. So Chicago going with an
Oh,
almost
still.
entirely new group here. Robin Lopez is checked in for Gibson. Jimmy Butler comes in for Tony Snell. Wade, he's checked in for Valentine. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Cannon. And a different look here for the Pistons.
Reaching
Drummond's
fouls.
checked in for Aaron Baines. John Lure comes in for Marcus Morris. Prez is checked in for Tobias Harris. And it's
learn how
Contavious
to do
Caldwell
seals.
Pope in
Good.
for Johnson. On the floor for Detroit,
help?
Jackson and
Do you
KCP
need, like, a
are in the
certain- help
backcourt
your
together.
skills better,
John
or
Lure's
does
out
this
there with
actually have-
Prez.
I don't know.
And it's Drummond in at the 5. Ray McCallum's checked in for Reggie Jackson. And Drummond kicks to Caldwell Pope.
I got a foul.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. You talk to anybody around the league about Contavious Caldwell Pope, and they'll talk about his defense. Just an absolute monster, Greg. How he can lock up a perimeter player.
All right.
And it's a rarity for a player so young to be so good defensively. He's got quick feet and is aggressive at pressuring the ball. Only 6'5", but has the wingspan of a condor.
And
it really
foul
makes it hard
on
to
us.
get around.
Rondo is out there to distribute the ball. He is a master at finding the open man.
The Bulls have been getting it done
Rebound,
at the
sweet.
line, 10 for 12.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
Pass to Drummond, and he was camped in the lane there, and he
Oh.
gets the 3-second call. A chance here to take a moment and compare the front court and back court scoring on the night for the Bulls.
And it's been pretty even between the bigs and smalls here. With the game still in question, we'll see which of these guys can take another step to take over the game.
The Bulls leading by 9. Outside Rondo to the paint. Here's Butler. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo.
Dang.
14 points for Butler.
And 10 of their
It's an
last
defensive breakdown
12
somehow.
coming off assists.
Drummond a screen. Caldwell Pope dishes to Drummond. Lopez
Oh, I
with
could have
the
got
steal.
that.
Here's Wade. Another one falls for Chicago.
I don't know what
And
that
you know
was.
Wade is able to hit the brakes and
random
pull
jump.
up on a dime.
Pistons trail by 13.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, guys, we know Jimmy Butler made a
Oh,
big bet on
that was
himself
not bad.
back in
It was okay.
2014. He turned down the Bulls' 4-year, $44 million contract extension offer. It paid off. After a breakthrough season, he signed a new contract, a max deal for 5 years and $95 million. Instead of his decision, I was nervous. I'm not going to lie to you, but everything I put myself through, I knew what I was capable of.
He's come a long way, David. Thank you. Marjanovic checked in for Detroit. Inside, here's Drummond. Outside for Caldwell Pope. Marked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call.
Clearly a mental
3-second
lapse
violation.
at an inopportune
So
time.
bad.
Well, I don't care if you're up 50, down 50.
so
There's
bad.
no excuse for a mistake like that.
Detroit making a switch here. Jackson's checked in. Butler passes to Portis. Back to Butler. And the officials call a traveling violation.
Yeah.
.26 seconds left now here in the second. The feed to Prez. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
Let's go. Keep the
Jackson's
energy up.
got 3 assists tonight.
Yeah, field goal percentage above 50 now. Their offense is starting to show.
Now Rondo. He had 25 points in the win against Milwaukee. Butler at the elbow with 1 on the clock. Oh, and the buzzer. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Bulls out front. And
we're actually scoring points, though. I like that.
Hustle up. We have 2 more quarters to make this right.
Because we need to score some points.
We've got to make it tougher for...
If it helps if we score.
Welcome back to the hustle and bustle of Chicago. A time-lapse view. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new grouping. Bobby Portis is checked in for Lopez. Tony Snell comes in for Taj Gibson. Valentine's checked in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Isaiah Cannon in for Rajon Rondo. And a different look here for the Pistons. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Prez comes in for Lure. Morris is checked in for Harris. And it's Johnson in for Caldwell Pope. They've got Portis. Valentine out there with Tony Snell. Then there's Isaiah Cannon. And it's Butler in at the 2 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
Oh, he missed both of them instead.
You know, if you ask any great player what separates good from great in terms of the NBA is confidence. And Reggie Jackson has never been short on having confidence. I mean, he feels as if he's been a star ever since he came into this league and just needed the opportunity. And I tell you what, I think he's right. I mean, he's made the most of it coming over to Detroit and did not skip a beat. And I tell you what, Stan Van Gundy is very happy to have him at the helm of that point guard position.
Pistons trailed by 13. There's the dish to Morris. He kicks it to Prez. Johnson left side. Pass to Morris. Pistons passing it around. There's a screen. 5 to shoot. 3-pointer. They get the rebound. Second shot opportunity. No good on that one. The Bulls leading by 13. Outside Butler. No one near him. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Butler's got 20. And when you think about Reggie Jackson's demeanor, you can see the confidence he plays with goes right at the taller players. Loves to be challenged by the big name players too.
And it shows most in the 4th quarter.
That wasn't
the
horrible.
kind of player who wants the ball with the game on the line. He might not always come through, but he isn't one to back down from a challenge.
Butler with the ball, and it's Johnson picking him up. Butler kicks to Portis. No good there. And Detroit the other way now. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
And it goes back to what's been their strength, really, on the interior. From a defensive standpoint, they just defended the rim as well as you could.
They really made their presence felt down low. No easy buckets down there.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
Butler with the ball.
Make a shot.
Unloads. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't.
Missed.
Moments ago from the huddle. Let's listen in.
Keep our pace on offense, right? Keep pushing the ball.
And we're getting underway here in the 4th. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had...
We got pretty good VC. I think the next two, I think we have a Foot Locker thing, and then we have something else. So we're gonna do the Foot Locker thing. Get a little VC, and yeah, keep saving up for another defensive upgrade. Keep getting those defense upgrades. Defense upgrades are gonna help me, especially when it's maxed out completely. So we just go straight for just maxing out defense. We're gonna do it. We're gonna just do it. Nothing but defense now. Then we'll just go to the next one and just keep going down the list until we're maxed out fully. I feel like we should. I feel like I'm gonna try that to get fully maxed out before 2K18 comes out. I pre-ordered it today because I really wanted it. I'm gonna do it. They wanted you to know that the okay. Okay, appearance. Do this. You walk right in, then you leave. 104. Not too bad, but it's not like exactly terrific. 700. How much do we need? Oh, our defending is actually pretty high. What should we have? Oh, we only need 40,000 to fully max it out. We need 2,400. Yeah, we're gonna save that up. We need to get this up. Okay, once we max out defense, we should get 1 in post scoring. Our defense is going up pretty well. Alright. So now we have another game we get to go to. Oh, we have another message. Really added a correcting himself thing. Really. Oh, did I just click on the practice gym? I bet I did. I didn't want to do that. I did not really want to do that. I didn't want to do that. Let's just do the practice, or we'll just leave. We'll show up and we'll leave. Yeah, it's practice, because, yeah. Well, maybe we'll just do it. Yeah. I just want... Actually, let's just do it. Let's just leave. I don't really need it. I wonder if there's an achievement for maxing out your character. I'm not sure if there is at all. Doubt it, but maybe. I think it's a possibility. I don't know. That'd be cool, because I want to max out my character. It's going to take me forever, but I'm going to do it. You know, then we'll play probably a little my team before it comes out. If I can get that far that quickly with my character. I haven't really played in My Park. I might do a little My Park too. Yeah. Just gotta keep getting my character leveled up in defense, because that will really help him. I mean, rebounds help a lot too. I know I just said that, but I think it would help if I get some of my other stats up, because that would give me more gold. Can we upgrade anything right now? rebounding, layups, get my layups better. And the post scoring. That will really help. Now, guys, now we'll get a defense upgrade. Did our overall go up? I'm not sure. Against the Grizzlies. We have Golden State Warriors. We got Jordan event, and then we have team practice. Grizzlies.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show, sponsored by Kia.
Hello, everybody. Glad you could join us here on 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Next to me, Kenny the Jet Smith and Dr. Shaquille O'Neal. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Detroit Pistons going up against the Memphis Grizzlies. Last outing for the Grizzlies, they won that game against Boston, feeling confident after a runaway win. We'll see if they carry over some of that momentum. And Marc Gasol is going to be on the floor tonight. Always a pleasure to see the big guy play. Shaq, is there any center in the league as well-rounded as Marc Gasol?
You know, with this being a small man game now, I really love Marc because he gets it down on both ends of the floor, and he's been doing that for the past few seasons. And, you know, European-style big men, he can step outside and hurt you from that mid-range as well.
Yeah, but you know, he doesn't give enough credit for his passing. The guy finds people on the perimeter, finds them down low, great inside feeder from the high post as well, as he can post up. Understanding the game, high premium.
Almost time to tip it off. We'll see you next time.
We're coming at you from the Palace of Auburn Hills in Butte. And with tip-off.
All right, guys, ready to win.
Great story, David. Thank you. And certainly, Chris, a matchup to watch at the center position tonight. What's the key?
Oh, motor, energy. Who's going to be hitting the boards? Who's going to run down the court? Get that post.
A different look here for the Pistons. Marjanovic checked in for Drummond. Prez comes in for John Lewin. Stanley Johnson, he's checked in for Harris. And Ray McCallum subbed in for Reggie Jackson. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. White, he's checked in for Gasol. JaMychal Green comes in for Zach Randolph.
That was bad.
Carter, he's checked in for Chandler Parsons. And it's Ennis in for Allen. So on the floor for Memphis. Carter is out there with Green.
Yay.
And it's Ennis. And it's Conley. And it's Wright in at the 5 down low.
Oh, they actually just jumped.
Morris is checked in for Kentavious Caldwell Pope.
Make us do that. My fun jump.
The Grizzlies have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. Conley dishes to Ennis. Feeds to Wright. Here's the screen. Carter outside. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Green with a screen for Conley. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And those are two teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Johnson can't get it to go.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard. And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Prez kicks to Marjanovic.
Yeah.
And Wright pulls it down. Memphis leading. There's 57 seconds left in the first. Carter against Morris. High arcing shot. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
34 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Shooting that foul.
And when Stanley Johnson was picked 9th overall by the Pistons in 2015, it was a bit of a surprise pick to many people.
And Kevin, you've seen flashes of why the Pistons were so high on Johnson. So far, he looks as strong as almost all small forwards from the draft. Who knows just how good this guy can get.
And the Pistons making a change here. Baines is checked in. Troy Daniels, he's checked in for Memphis.
Now that's 2 fouls for him, and we aren't even far into this one. We might have to sit on the bench for a while.
And a different look here for the Pistons. Drummond's checked in for Aaron Baines. Prez comes in for Marcus Morris. Tobias Harris is checked in for Stanley Johnson. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for McCallum. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here.
Simon.
Marc Gasol's checked in for JaMychal Green. White comes in for Vince Carter. Parsons checked in for Ennis. And Allen subbed in for Mike Conley. So on the floor for Memphis, Brandon Wright is out there with Chandler Parsons. And it's Marc Gasol.
But do good.
Then there's Allen. And it's Daniels in at the 1 spot.
Shot.
Caldwell Pope kicks to Jackson. And he hammers that one down. Right in the face of Marc Gasol.
And on the surface, it might seem questionable to attempt a dunk like that when they're trailing. But I think he's just trying to give his team a spark.
And what a dunk it was. And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play. Good on that shot. And with that, the Memphis lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Prez.
Oh, and when there's an open man, Jackson finds him, making it look very easy.
Here is Daniels. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Harris on the double team. Kicks to Gasol. Shot clock at 6. The drive by Allen. And that one hits back iron. For Detroit, they've gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. Just a moment to look back at how things were last season for this team as we look at the shot breakdown for the Pistons.
And they love to spread the floor with shooting. A lot of three-point attempts, and that's been the league-wide direction, and this group has been no exception.
And the Grizzlies leading by 3. The Pistons, Chris, a team that continues to develop their outside game.
Well, it makes sense when you look at the Pistons roster. They've made sure to add more and more shooters at every position they can. With the team being built around Drummond, you want to open up space for him to go to work in the paint, draw those double teams, kick it out, and let the shooters do their job.
Here's Prez. It's not going to go for him. And Memphis the other way now. Their last game, a win against Boston, looking to carry it into this one.
You know, they played well enough to win, but to be honest with you, I just felt like their opponent's defensive performance was shaky at best.
All right.
I mean, you can say it. The defense was awful. They took away nothing and got scored on relentless.
And Drummond is right there.
Now, the energy Drummond has on the glass, it's really ridiculous. He's a spark plug, a real spark plug.
Good-looking screen by Gasol. There's the dish to Parsons. Right side. Gasol passes to Parsons. High post try. And it comes off the front of the rim. Pistons trailed by 3. And Harris wide open. He shoots. The quick look, no good that time. 59 seconds left now here in the second. And Wright kicks to Gasol. And stolen by Drummond.
Ooh.
Now Detroit moving it up. Here's Prez. And Wright pulls it down. Wright's got his 4th rebound in this one.
My layups are so bad.
To the middle. Here's Gasol. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels.
Said I'd get defense.
Gasol's got 8 points.
And they've repeatedly broken inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Having a couple events so she get
Caldwell Pope dishes to Prez. On the wing, Harris. On the wing, Jackson. He's covered by Daniels. Fires the 3. Jackson misses.
Oh, it's so close.
And here's Daniels.
They're all huddled over here, so nope. I'm not getting over here.
And the pass to Gasol. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, way to play
in a pretty tight
halftime.
All right, come on, guys. Shake it off.
Halftime.
Is anyone interested in...
Welcome back, everyone. The lights of Motown reflecting for the Pistons. Marjanovic checked in for Andre Drummond, and Prez is subbed in for Harris. Memphis also making some changes. Brandon Wright's checked in for Gasol. JaMychal Green comes in for Zach Randolph, and it's Carter in for Allen. Jackson and KCP are in the backcourt together. John Lure's out there with Prez, and it's Marjanovic in at the center position.
Make sure
that's the group for Detroit right now.
Rebound, that's what I'm trying to do.
Well, with a look at today's rosters, you'll see a veteran or two acting as a mentor on a team for young players. Chris, all teams want them. They need them for that balance. You've been on both ends of that relationship. Just how important is that for a young player?
It's very important. You know, when you think about the word fear, fear mostly is what you anticipate about the unknown. And for a lot of young players, you know, they just don't know what to expect. They just don't know what habits to have. They just have never been in this situation before, and they're going to figure it out regardless if anyone helps them or not. But just think about how it just helps the learning curve and how it speeds up the pace when you have someone that can tell you from their perspective how to approach games or how to prepare for games, how to recover, how to treat your body, how to play this guy. I know coach said this, but you might want to try this if that doesn't work. You know, and I think that's probably one of the most underrated and depleted spaces on the team are guys that can be that third coach on the team, but with the jersey on. So I think it's very important to have guys in those mentor-type positions, just because they've had to go through what these players have gone through. Not just coaches, but they've had to go through it and can tell it from the player's perspective.
Great points. It's a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, the Grizzlies are starting to show their age a little bit. Last season was an example of that, but they still have that throwback style of play that's hard to gauge. Marc Gasol said, the game is evolving, and we as players and as a team have to evolve. You have to change things and adjust. You need tweaks and counters from game to game and year to year. Kevin?
All right, D.A., they know they needed more shooting.
You have to love how fast Prez is out there. Every decision, every action, he makes them quickly and decisive.
I wonder what the story's going to be like in 2K18.
And Green now, top of the key. NBA often comes down, Chris, to a final play at the end of the game, a big shot. You've hit some gigantic shots in your career. Who do you think are the best clutch shooters, the best clutch players in the NBA?
Oh, wow. I mean, you know, first of all, every team has a clutch guy, so you could say so many players. But when I think about a veteran like D. Wade who knows how to get you a tough bucket. I think about a guy like Melo, one of the toughest guys to check one-on-one that can get you just so many tough buckets.
So my fault.
So it's Memphis picking up the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. And that's going to do it tonight, folks.
Wonder if we got some good VC for the Jordan event that we have. Then we have a team practice. I think that was the game we already did. We did good, but you know. We're getting pretty, going through the months pretty fast. Characters a lot better than Weather in the beginning. Still needs to get up his things a lot more than he is. Yeah, we'll just save it for our defensive upgrade, like I said. No changing it now. This is a promise, alright? The other one was just like me just talking. Should have 408. Who was here shooting around? Oh, that does because someone was here. Okay. Oh, that was a horrible win. That was pretty bad. You get a wind. Alright. 10 out of 10. PM. No. We got practice. Should we hang out with him? Yes. Screw team practice. Even though it gets less playing time, but we need the it gives us more fans. Yeah. Just play more games in an episode. Oh, only 92 really. It's still points. Should have 500 now. I have 0 badges. Hey, we only need like 2,000 more. Exactly 500. I don't want to purchase any. Yeah, we only need like 500 more, right? Yeah, 2,000 more. Should be that bad. Wait, do we have any, what's it called? Oh. Yeah. We're on the basketball planet. Still has to do with basketball. Yeah. Yeah, that's a fan bonus. Golden State Warriors, let's do this.
Added some flavor to
The 2K Sports pregame show, sponsored by Kia.
Hello, basketball fans. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. Tonight, we'll see the Golden State Warriors as they play against the Pistons in Detroit. Well, for Detroit, the season hasn't gone as smoothly for them as I'm sure they hoped it would. The good news is we still have a good chunk of it left to play. But if they're going to make a run, they better do it soon. And, of course, we'll have a chance to see Klay Thompson. Shaq, at this point in his career, where do you rank him among the top shooting guards in the league?
I'm going to have to go number 2.
Wow.
His counterpart is number 1. And his
How
counterpart,
can his counterpart
top
be
shooting
number-
guards.
Yeah, I think he's
a 2 guard.
2 guards.
Oh, okay, my bad. Well, you said guards. You said,
No, top shooting guards.
Okay, start again.
well, hold on. A shooting guard is a guard that shoots.
No, it's
No
a 2
question.
guard. Point guard shooting
Listen, man, you're trying to mess me up here.
Well, there's a power forward and a small forward. Usually the small forward is a little
No,
smaller
you
than
just
the
say
power.
forwards.
No.
No?
All right, re-ask the question. 2 guard, okay.
Okay. How do you rank?
From suburban Detroit, we proudly bring you the Pistons at the Palace of Auburn Hills. Our broadcast
21-9
tonight, on one side, Greg Anthony. On the other side, Steve Smith. And on the sideline, and we've got time for... His teammates know firsthand what an impact he makes, David. Thank you. As we get near the midway point of the season, Steve, teams know what their makeup is. I think they would know themselves from top to bottom exactly what they have.
It'd be great.
Is checked in for Lure. West is checked in for the Warriors.
Here we go.
And Golden State looking at who they've got. It's the Splash Brothers in the backcourt. Durant is out there with Draymond Green, and it's West in at the center, locking down the middle. And Curry has it in the corner. That's in, coming off the assist from Johnson.
Wow.
Curry's got
Not
6.
even, how are we winning?
Working to get those looks, and it's starting to pay off here early on.
On the wing, Harris.
Not even looking.
And there's the 3-second violation.
Dang, already
looking back
3-second
at last
violation.
season, here's a look at the 3-point and 2-point shot attempt averages for the Warriors.
And they love to spread the floor with shooting. A lot of three-point attempts, and that's been the league-wide direction, and this group has been no exception.
I'm just going to block all them shots.
Warriors trail by 7. Outside Curry. Feeds to Thompson. Back to Curry. That shot off.
Yeah.
Some solid defense there from Jackson. The Pistons have gone 7 of 8 from the field to start the game. Very hot shooting. Drummond the screen. Parked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call.
Taking a look here at the numbers for Curry. A wonderful string of games he's put together here lately.
Yeah, good at blocking your
6th
shots.
in scoring, and he's among the top 20 free throw shooters in the league. Doesn't waste many opportunities at the line.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Marjanovic checked in for Andre Drummond. Marcus Morris comes in for Harris. Stanley Johnson, he's checked in for Caldwell Pope. And it's McCallum in for Jackson. Morris outside. Johnson kicks to Marjanovic.
Come on, someone throw.
Johnson, the
Some
pass
shoot.
to Marjanovic. 4 on the clock. And there's the 3-second violation. And one thing with Coach Kerr, he'll always defer credit and glory to his players. He's always done it. He is constantly praising their efforts to the media as the sole reason for their success.
And a prime example of that was last year in the Western Conference Finals. Kerr didn't go to the podium for the trophy presentation. Wanted only the players to have that moment.
That was good.
Very much a player's coach.
Here's Prez, and a hard slam there from Prez to finish off the play.
And that's the athleticism that had him so highly touted coming into the league.
Down low, tipped away. Oh, and here comes
Actually, pretty good against
all
him.
alone. Good on the baseline,
Yeah, we
Jay.
did good.
Already seizing control of this game and doing it in all areas. They came out of the locker room knowing exactly what they needed to do.
Pick by West. Livingston kicks to Green. The feed to West. Clock at 6.
I went the
Back
wrong
to
way, but
Green.
it's still fine.
From 12 feet out. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
He kind of went through the motions on that last attempt. Be aggressive. Attack.
Near the 3-point line, it's Morris. They shoot again.
And just marvelous work on the defensive side from Andre. So good at getting a hand up and contesting shots.
The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. It's Detroit up by 11. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment.
We're doing pretty good.
And Kevin Durant,
Hopefully
former
keep the lead.
MVP.
I think it's another level I can go to.
And with all the weapons around him now, it'll be harder to deny him the ball.
3 rebounds.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And Stephen Clark, Pistons pretty much in control here.
I just like the way they're getting out in the open floor, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
Anytime they get a whiff of a fast break opportunity, they are sprinting ahead of everyone on the opposition.
So for the Golden State Warriors right now, Iguodala out there with Durant. Then there's Ian Clark, and there's Livingston, and it's West in at the pivot, manning the middle. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, guys, we've seen the Warriors become a powerhouse franchise, but sometimes great teams can overlook opponents.
Oh, yeah, keep doing that.
Coach Kerr takes a few.
Here's Jackson. He isn't playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. Johnson left side. Here's Prez. Great D that time from Green.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish.
Well, Draymond Green is the heartbeat of the Golden State Warriors.
You never got bad on
down
him.
In the playoffs. He's definitely one of those guys. His shooting performance was not great, but he does so many other things for the Golden State Warriors.
Harris, right side.
First
5 to shoot.
Shoot.
The Pistons need to get off a shot here. Here's Prez. Marjanovic. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
To the inside. That one's good, and the Piston lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Draymond Green. And with Draymond in the playoffs, he did experience all the highs and the lows. The Warriors as a team followed suit in how he played.
Well, Draymond's one of those guys, when you start to look at his numbers, yes, up and down. But when you talk about a guy that competes and does all the little things, he did it. Win or lose, love him or hate him, you have to respect Draymond for leaving it all out on the floor.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And there's the 3-second violation.
Make those mistakes. Can make those mistakes.
Golden State's gone 3 of 4 with the long-range bombs here in the second quarter.
So good,
Clark
then
kicks
the
it to West.
start happening.
To the inside, Thompson. The rebound by Johnson.
What I like there, fantastic defensive rotation. Just suffocated him at the point of attack.
Pass to Harris. Dishes it to Prez. And here is Marjanovic, guarded by Green. Takes it from 10, and no good trying to get that. And we're through the...
Almost there.
Let's go, gentlemen. We still have one more half. Simple question.
Welcome back, everyone. The lights of Motown reflecting brightly off the Detroit River. And a different look here for the Pistons. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Marjanovic comes in for John Lua. Prez is checked in for Harris. And it's Johnson in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Different look here for the Warriors. West is checked in for Verejao. Iguodala comes in for Green. Ian Clark's checked in for Kevin Durant. And it's Livingston in for Curry. Prez, he's in at small forward. Aaron Baines out there with Marjanovic. Then it's Johnson, and it's Jackson in at the point. That's the group for Detroit right now.
All right.
1:27 left here in the third quarter. And there's the pass to Prez. He kicks it to Baines. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Not bad.
The Warriors has had some turnovers in their coaching staff, and Steve Kerr, give him a lot of credit. 2 guys in the first 2 years leave to get head coaching jobs.
Green, he's checked in for Golden State.
And
one thing that makes Steve Kerr unique, he really does empower his assistant coaches.
Yes, watching him on the sideline, you can see he lets his assistants have a role on this team. Look what happened last year. Luke Walton in the first 43 games of the season, he was fantastic, and Steve Kerr stayed out of the way.
Another gap in the defense found there, and they've really had their number today.
It hasn't been pretty. They just haven't looked interested in putting forth the kind of effort it's going to take to stay in this game.
Johnson dishes to Baines. Here's Prez. No good. Shot missing. West with some nice D. And here's Green outside. It's rebounded by Prez. Brez has got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
Something seems off with him tonight. Maybe it's his rhythm or his timing. Fortunately, his teammates are playing well enough to keep them ahead.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
Jones checked in for David West. 30 seconds left in the third quarter.
Oh, we had that foul, I forgot.
Livingston kicks to Thompson. Back to Livingston. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. Harris is checked in for Detroit. And Golden State also making a change. Anderson Varejao checked in for Jones.
Livingston is a very reliable free throw shooter, coming in with a career average of almost 80%.
Outside Jackson.
Come on.
Down low. It's stolen by Green.
Really?
From deep 3-point range. No good on that last second attempt there. Now let's listen in to head coach Steve Kerr.
Move it to the next guy. Drive and kick.
So we see the Warriors taking the game here. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by.
So we have 1,000 right now. Getting better. Not too bad. Keep getting better. I love this game because I just keep getting better.